All right, welcome to another backtesting session brought to you by Lucas Flores. And in today's episode, I'm going to actually be executing trades. So, in every previous video, I have not been executing live trades because I'm trying to understand the market. Now I think I have a decent understanding of how the market moves. So, in today's session, I'm actually going to be trying to execute trades with a top-down analysis, start to finish. So, that's what's going to be going on today. And we have a little guest over here. Where's he at? We got Puppy Dog in the back. So hopefully he doesn't wake up and start barking and interrupt the backtesting session. But here we go. Backtesting until I develop a strategy that makes me millions and millions of dollars. Once again, starting on the weekly time frame, what do we see? Number one, higher time frame SMT divergence. NQ is reaching this old high. And it looks like we may have completed this market maker buy model, and ES is lagging way behind. So that tells me we could potentially see a reversal off of this high. But I am not for certain, because if we look at the previous week, we get a huge large range expansion, and it looks like there's no reason to be bearish whatsoever. Like, why would you be bearish after a week like this? Where the fuck is my water? Damn it. Okay. So higher time frame SMT divergence. Is there any other PD arrays that the market is running into? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. We have this large gap. Price could want to seek to rebalance that gap. But right now we're running this old high. So we see an SMT, so I'm not sure if this week is going to be bullish or bearish, but I'm going to assume that this week is bullish. Because look what happened last week. Well, last week was a large range expansion, so we'll probably see some consolidation, some indecisive action this week. So let's look at the news profile. Let's see. Okay, Monday is a bank holiday, so I don't expect shit. No news Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday are probably going to be no trading days. Well, Monday especially. Tuesday can probably be accumulation. And then we have a Powell event on Wednesday at 10 a.m. So that's probably going to be our manipulation for the weekly range. And then we start distributing in the direction of the weekly bias. So we can study the weekly range, what happens after that Powell event on Wednesday, and that will give us our directional bias for the rest of the week if we can't figure it out on Monday and Tuesday. We have to think in terms of the weekly power of 3. Why did I X that out? Damn it. Hold on. June 12th. Okay, we're back. All right. So there's the bias there. Now I'm going to delete all this shit and start a top-down analysis. But I need to keep... It's hard for me to type because I got to put my keyboard behind my microphone. Here is that old high. So price reached this objective. Now we gotta see what it wants to do next, because we do have that SMT divergence. And yes, has not reached that old high. So let's see. So for bearish, we want to see price trade above the weekly open, probably run the previous week high. Wednesday manipulation of Tuesday and Monday high, and then start distributing lower. For bullish, we want to see the opposite of that. So on the daily time frame, we obviously have this imbalance right here. I'm gonna draw it out to Wednesday for now. What the fuck? Why did that just disappear? Oh. Okay, there we go. Blue. Daily BISI. Shit. There we go. Here we have our previous week high. We got our previous week low. Price was just in runaway mode last week, reaching for that old high. Okay. And we got this big ass gap. On ES, market gaps up. And we also have an imbalance, so yeah, there we go. Daily busy, make that black. Make this black. Previous week low would be this low right here. Previous week high would be Friday. Fuck. Previous week high. Okay, there we go. And as of now, that's about all I have. Oh, there's this imbalance on ES. And it looks like we might have a tiny imbalance on NQ as well. So I need to mark that out. There we go. Get out of here. 4 hour. What price action are we seeing on the 4 hour chart? Well, number one, price is testing this daily imbalance. Set it to 1400. Okay. We have a civvy as well. There's sell side liquidity right here at this swing. Mark that here. Sell side liquidity at this swing. Previous week high. Okay, let's think about the higher time frame. What are we seeing? Clearly we have the buy side of the curve. Are we transitioning to the sell side of the curve right here? Is this just a retracement on a higher time frame, which is a market maker sell model, on a lower time frame to set up the next expansion move higher? That is the question. And if I'm bullish on the week, I want to see a drop down below the weekly open. So let's mark out Sunday. Sunday. Start here. Weekly open. $1,800. Weekly open. And this day is a bank holiday. Oh shit. Wait a second. I'm on the wrong week. Yep, today's a bank holiday, so I'm not even trading. So let's just fast forward to the next session. Here we have accumulation dropping down below the weekly open. Are we still respecting this 4 hour imbalance? At the moment, yes, although that could change. We're also respecting this daily imbalance. Do I have any SMTs to confirm the transition from one side of the curve to the next? Drag that to 1400. We're still inside this imbalance. Nothing much going on. Today is Tuesday. Let's go to the daily and see what does this look like. Alright, so initially we are bearish. Dropping below the weekly open, which is what we would want to see if we are bullish. Mark out midnight here. Forgot about that. Mark out midnight. Accumulation. Lower time frame imbalance. We got this right here. is he? I'll probably just get rid of that. Looks like this is being disrespected. But we do have this 1 hour imbalance. We have sell side right here. Previous week low is all the way down here. All the way down here. Previous week high is up here though. Alright, study the London session. What do we see? So we see a drop down below the midnight open, running that Asia low, tapping into that hourly imbalance, and now price is trading higher. So it's me. What this looks like is a London reversal. We manipulated Monday's low already, which is what we'd want to see if we are bullish. PDL. PDL. Taps into that imbalance. We actually have an SMT at the low because one asset's trading into that imbalance, the other isn't. Oh shit, not midnight. There we go. Asia and London highs still left intact, and we have yesterday's New York morning session high. So that will be our important levels of liquidity to watch. We have an SMT at the low, so this is going to confirm a shift to the buy side of the curve. We could reach for this imbalance maybe later in the week. Same thing on ES. Not that. Yeah. And now we also have some imbalances to the upside. 15-minute. So we've manipulated Monday's low. We engage in higher time frame liquidity. We tap into this hourly imbalance. I now want to see price start distributing higher. Let me mark this. And let it play. There's no news event, so I'm going to wait until the 8:30 opening to get long. Maybe I can wait. Oh my god. FX Replay does this shit all the time. And it's broken. Cool. Okay, whatever. And now we have SMT up both sides of the range. But I'm still gonna wait for that 9:30 open. Let's see if there's a change in state of delivery on a 5-minute. Engage that higher time frame liquidity. Now I want to see some kind of breaker block form or 2022 model. So the 9:30 opening is trading lower. 9:30 is usually opposite to the real move of the day. It looks like we run this short-term low. We run these equal lows. ES runs the London low. So there's an SMT there. That is a clear and obvious SMT. So now I look for an entry. Well, we have a 2022 model entry. We have clear displacement. Price is running these highs though. I'm gonna try it. Market structure shift and oh shit. So we have SMT at both sides of the range. So did I just move that? Let's look on the daily chart. I mean, we could frame this reversal off the previous day low, so fuck it, I'm trying it. Gotta learn one way or another. Now where would I target? Where's my shit? Oh my god. Calm down. You probably target a run to the previous day high. But there's also no news today, so I can't really expect much of a directional move. And is that even worth the risk? I don't know. Let's find out. I wouldn't take that. Going back up to the 15-minute, what do we see? And now we have an SMT relative to the London Eye. So SMT is on both sides of the range. Not ideal conditions. And price ran yesterday's high, so high, low, high, high, low, low. Breaker block. FEG. Let's try this instead. As you can tell, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Targeting this. Okay, there we go. Price is gone. Right idea. Just never came back. That's fine. What are you gonna do? Lose your mind because the market left without you? No. High, low, higher, high, lower, low. But it delivers to this shit before it even retraces, so let's see how we respect the mean threshold of these. Boom, right there. Unicorn model. Imbalance. Market structure shift. Everything. So it looks like the weaker indice would have been the move. All good. Not tripping. But this shit is just fucking weird. Which makes sense because there's no news at all. So we can see that OTE lines up with the mean threshold of that. Is that a 5-minute breaker block? Yep. So that would be a great entry right there. Let's say hypothetically I took this trade, which I could have, I just was not looking at yes at all. Let's say this is my manipulation leg. Oh my god. Okay. We can also see that we rejected this time level, the weekly open as well, running the previous day high. So, man, you could have souped that shit, to be honest. I haven't learned how to soup yet, though, but I will. And I'm going to be nasty at it. See how the rest of the day played out. So, yeah, we don't get a directional move because there is no data. And we are expecting Wednesday's news event at 10 a.m. The Powell event to be manipulation for the weekly range. So we can see that if we ran our manipulation leg from low to high, it was very clean here. Here we are. We can see that this lines up with the higher time frame PD array, so that would have been a great area to target. Maybe we could have done this as well. 2.5. Still, where we expect to see an SMR, and we did. So, decent targets for both. And we fall back into the range. Now tomorrow we should get our manipulation. Okay. Back up to the daily. Delete that. Disrespecting this FVG, not a good sign. Four-hour. How is the weekly range developing? So obviously we are accumulating right now. There's no new higher time frame PD arrays. We disrespected that. Price is respecting this. Okay, here's previous day low. And previous day high. Previous day low. Weekly open. Aligning with the PDH. So what if we see a manipulation move higher? Is that an imbalance on the 1 hour? Yes, it is. What if we see a manipulation move higher into the previous day high, into this hourly imbalance, see an S&T divergence, And then we start seeing distribution lower. That's a possibility. And don't need that. PDL, PDH. Let's just move this out. Okay, so we're still range bound inside of yesterday's range. Mark out the midnight opening. We have a run on London low. We have an hourly imbalance mixed with that London low. Not that, this. I'm not gonna mark that. 4 hour imbalance below. 4 hour imbalance below there as well. Okay, we are leaving. Look at this low resistance liquidity. See, if we were to see a Powell event, manipulation on it, or distribution, it could probably take all these highs at once. This is very low resistance. Let's mark this. Clear SMT right there. Large SMT right there, higher time frame SMT. Is there an SMT overnight? No. So waiting until 10 a.m. to see what price does. Fuck. Alright, I can't click the London low. Alright, anyways. SMT at the highs, and now we're seeing this move lower. We have an SMT relative to these highs. And FX replay on its bullshit again. Okay. Well, now I'm not even studying what price is doing because I'm trying to fix this. But there we have it. Powell event. And the market's bleeding. So we know that Monday, Tuesdays are accumulation range. And now we're running that Tuesday low on this news event. This could be our manipulation for the weekly range to then begin trading higher. Honestly, I don't even fucking know. just wait for an SMT, I guess. So it looks like this is one of those days where price just leaves you and you can't do shit about it. Unless we have a higher time frame SMT. But would you want to fade this shit? Look at this candle. Do you want to fade that? Probably fucking not. Okay, what do we see? Just straight bearish order flow. Nothing really much about it. We have another SMT as well. So we have a higher time frame SMT, a lower time frame SMT. I would want to see this imbalance disrespected. I'm gonna try this long on ES. Fuck it. Tight risk because it's counter trend. We'll try this on NQ as well. Calling bottoms, probably not the best idea. But I have an SMT. TP on ES, TP on NQ. Okay. Well, that was simply spotting this higher time frame SMT. We have NQ reaching this key swing point in the market. This swing started this entire expansion move higher. Started this entire buy model. Then we have a sell model. This is the ERO. This is the accumulation range where it originated from. ES is running it, NQ is not. That indicates to me a smart money reversal if I spot the right things. So what am I looking for? I first want price to engage higher time frame liquidity. I want to see a low put in, the market run that low, and then a shift in market structure. It even happens down here. We form a low after engaging higher time frame liquidity, run that low, then displays higher. We disrespect. That's a tiny imbalance, but I wouldn't really consider it. We have this large displacement on ES. There's also an SMT relative to this low, so we have a higher time frame SMT, a lower time frame SMT, directional and momentum SMTs, a shift in market structure, and that confirms a smart money reversal, and that's basically it. So that is why I took that trade, even though the market did this shit. And I feel like there's a daily imbalance here. I don't know why. We almost engaged that daily imbalance. Okay. And that's that. Next session. And good thing I took profit fast because this move was counter trend. So I'm not going to hold this shit forever. And we can also see this is a bit of an SMT divergence as well. So here's this consolidation phase that started this entire market maker sell model right here on both assets. This is the start of the move. It's the origination point. Here's the swing that started this expansion move lower. ES runs the ERL, NQ does not. SMT. Shift to sell side. We can also see that we rebalanced this 15-minute imbalance. Okay. To the daily. Oh shit. Let's see. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this looks like the high of the week may be in on Monday, one of those weeks. Despite our bullish bias, looks like we may be proven wrong. And we may be drawing towards the previous week low. I want to see how price reacts to this daily BISI. We have a 4-hour imbalance. Hello? Equal lows, resting below that is a daily imbalance. That's a key point of interest on a higher time frame. Weekly open is all the way the fuck up here. So look what we did. Tuesday manipulated Monday's high SMT at the run on Monday's high above the weekly open. And what do we see following that? Distribution lower. So my bias is bearish this week, 100%. We inverse this. Oh shit. I never really use inverse fair value gaps, but I'm going to leave this on there and see what happens. Not something I've been backtesting at all. And here's our weekly open, way the fuck up here. So I'm expecting the market to reach into this daily imbalance. Maybe even test this guy down here. But I want to see a run on these lows. So I want to see price engage this daily imbalance, run these equal lows, maybe see an SMT, and that could be a confirmation for a reversal back into this range. One hour SIBI. What is price doing? Study. So we inverse this 1 hour imbalance right here. And now it's a literally the exact same range. Wow, it's crazy. And now it's a imbalance. Sell side imbalance. Okay, so that's an area of interest I'm watching. We have this higher time frame buy side on both assets. We already ran out yesterday's low. I want to see how we react to this. Looks like we're dropping below the Asia range to the 15, below the midnight open as well. And this looks like an accumulation range to me because we have another Powell event at 10 a.m. So I'm not taking a trade until 10 a.m. I want to see what the market does after that Powell event. I'm probably just going to see sideways action until then, so I'm going to fast forward. $9.30 open, runs this low, SMT at that low, distributes higher. Doesn't tap into that daily imbalance. Note that. Could be setting up support for the market to run it and then trade higher. At 10 a.m. So it was a strong move at the equities open. And now we also have a bearish SMT relative to the Asia range high. So SMT's on both sides of the range. Not really sure what price can do until that Powell event. That motherfucker speaking, I'm not trading until after he speaks. $10 a.m. Just mark this out. No more SMT. But wait. SMT at this high. Well, we have yet to see it run on it, but yes, it's lagging a lot. So I want to see price run this high, form that SMT, then start seeing displacement lower, failure to close above this high. Looks like we never get it. See if price respects this. If I see a run on these highs right here, then that would form another SMT, and that would be even better confirmation for a reversal. But I don't think we'll see that before lunch hour. And it looks like we're respecting bullish order flow. I need to see NQ needs to run this high. There we go. We're also inside this 4-hour imbalance and that IFVG. So let's see if I can get a setup. Lunch hour consolidation. Respecting that FEG right there. And there's also another SMT, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark it in. I wouldn't want to see that high violated. And I would target we can start there. But honestly, this is kind of stupid because it's during lunch hour. So I need to see this imbalance respected. Now we have displacement. That's good. I need these imbalances to be respected. Don't want to see this respected. It is. And it looks like this is going to come back on us. Stop this out. Yep, there we go. Stop taking. Okay. Now, why was that a bad trade? Because it looks like we're fading the clear intraday order flow. Took that trade during the lunch hour. try it one more time if I see a run on this high on one asset, but not the other. Something like that. Market order sell. Order filled. Turtle soup. Here we go. Oh shit. Stop filled. Okay. Yeah, that was fucking stupid. Don't do that. So this is what happens when you trade against the clear intraday order flow. You just get ran the fuck over. Keep trying to fade the move. Which honestly, I learned that lesson when I was trading order flow, actual order flow, and looking at heat maps and footprints. So, stupid. Very stupid. Yeah, there's a higher time frame SMT. Look what we saw at the lows, though. We saw this accumulation range. See the 930 open runs. These equal lows. SMT at the lows. Then begins distributing higher. So the Powell news event was distribution because we already manipulated all these lows. So get fucked, loser. Yep. So this thing just ran away from me. Couldn't get an entry. 8:30 news event was manipulation lower. Manipulation lower, ran that low, distribute higher. So I'm not thinking that this low is going to get traded back down to because we have this accumulation range, manipulated it, then we displace higher, market structure shift. The better trade idea, never mind. I could have waited for a run on this low at 1 o'clock at the end of lunch hour. This imbalance was still respected. So that could have been a good trade idea. Let's see. We have, I don't know. This is just one of those days where the market just leaves without you. And if you try to fade that move, you get fucked. We have this imbalance that it traded back down to. So let's see. It returned to OTE on ES. I mean, this is the day where the market is respecting bullish order flow, but I kept trying to fade that, which is stupid. This imbalance is respected. OTE, of course it is. So I can play the 10 a.m. PO3, wait for a drop down below the 10 a.m. opening, return it to a higher time frame PD array, and I can get long and ride out the rest of the daily range. Is this equilibrium, below equilibrium? Barely. But, was this a 15-minute imbalance? So, I mean, it was pretty clear that this day was bullish. I mean, I gotta study what happens down here, below the midnight open. I mean, price is literally telling me, yo, this is gonna be an up-close candle. Because look at everything that we see below the midnight open. Can't ignore that and try to fade the move just because we see an SMT at the high. Doesn't make sense. Respect this imbalance, return to equilibrium. We also have an old high. Look at that. That is perfect. 15058. 15056. So it runs it by what? 2 handles? Does not get much better than that. So that could have been a clear entry. An old high left with an imbalance becomes a discount array. So that could have been another confirmation right there. Oh shit. Down down to a 3-minute. Analyze this more. We also have an SMT. Lower low, higher low, SMT. Back into the 5-minute imbalance, back into the Asia high, back into a 3-minute imbalance, 50% of the range, OTE of the range. Like how this imbalance, the bodies respect this imbalance, and then price trades higher. This would have came back on me, would have stopped for break even, would have targeted these highs, never would have hit, and I would have been upset. All right. It's already an hour long, and I'm not going to drag this out. So that is the end of this episode. I'm finally starting to execute trades and just make a shit ton of mistakes and learn from them. But that's what's necessary to figure out what works for me. So that's today's session. New video tomorrow. Same thing. Going to be executing trades, studying what works for me, what doesn't, what dumb shit do I not do, what shit do I do, and that's about it. See ya.